All right, this is going to be the fourth video for the study guide. We're going to start with question number 14, and my plan is to get through 18. We'll see how that goes, so I don't get the video too long. All right, question number 14, we have x squared minus 49 is equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and factor this really quickly, just because that's what my brain tells me to do. So split the x squared into x and x, split the 49 to 7 and 7. One's positive, one's negative. So take each factor, set it equal to 0. So x minus 7, add 7. We're going to get x is equal to positive 7. For the negative 7, subtract 7, and x is equal to negative 7. So two different answers. You might also see this written as x is equal to positive or negative 7, plus or minus 7. You don't have to write all of this. If you just write this answer, fine. If you write these two, all is well. All right, so that's question number 14. Let's see what's in store for us for question number 15. All right, we got a 4 to a certain exponent, and we've got an 8 to an exponent. The problem is I don't like that these are not the same bases. And unfortunately, I cannot rewrite 8 as a base 4, and I certainly can't rewrite 4 as a base 8. What I can do is rewrite both of these as base 2s. So 2 squared is 4, and I'm going to leave the rest of that exponent alone. Let's see, 2 to the third is 8. I'm going to leave that exponent alone. Now, I write huge, so let me kind of zoom in here. So we've got 2 to the second there. A little bit of a power rule. We're going to take this power times that power. So this is going to be 2 to the 6x minus 18. Fully distribute the 2. And then 2 to the 3x plus 21. Now, the whole reason we do this is so that this base and that base match. And if these two bases match, which they do, we can then just take this exponent equal to that exponent. So I'm going to make myself a separate little equation here. 6x minus 18 is equal to 3x plus 21. And let's see what I can do to solve this thing. I'm going to get all the x's together on one side. So subtracting 3x. I'm going to get all the constants together on the other side. So 18 is gone, 3x is gone. 6x minus 3x is 3x. 21 plus 18 is going to be 39. I'm going to divide, that's 39. Divide both sides by 3. I had to think there for a second. And after all this hard work, you're going to tell me that x is equal to 13. All right, so that's number 15. I'm going to keep rolling right on along here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, problem number 16, a little bit of logarithm. So here's the thing. Not a huge fan of this the way it's written, so I'm going to take this log equation, I'm going to turn it exponential. So my base is 6. My exponent is what the log is equal to. So it's going to be 6 squared equals, and it equals this log argument. So this is going to equal 3 to the x minus 5. All right, got to solve this thing. 6 squared is 36, so this is going to equal 3 to the x minus 5. I'm going to go ahead and add 5 to both sides. So 3 to the x is equal to 41. Divide both sides by 3, and x is still equal to 41 over 3. Quick double check mathematically. If I take 41 over 3 and plug it in here, I do need to make sure this stays positive. So let's see, 41 over 3 times 3 is 41. And then 41 minus 5 would still be a positive number. I don't really even care what the positive number is. I just need to make sure it is, in fact, a positive. All right, so that was 16. I'm going to slide on over. Hey, look, there's 17. Now, this time we have an exponential. 5 to the x equals 12. And unfortunately, I can't make 5 and 12 turn into anything of a like base. 5 is already a base 5. 12 can't be rewritten as anything other than 12. So instead, what I'm going to do here is I am going to take the log of both sides. So it's going to be the log of 5 to the x equals the log of 12. Exponent rule for logarithms takes this exponent here, pops it out front as a coefficient, which is a wonderful way to turn an exponential or a logarithmic problem into a multiplication problem, which is what we want to do. Because we know how to solve multiplication problems. I know that if this is multiplication, I can undo that by dividing here, which is what I'm doing. So log base 5 divided by log of 5 divided by log 5 is just, in this case, the x left over. And then into a calculator, I'm going to do the log of 12 divided by log of 5. So let me pop my calculator back up. There's my calculator. Clear out whatever mess was in there. So log here, right, this is the base 10 common log, which is right next to the number 7 on the big brick calculators. So the log here, we're going to do log of 12, but make sure, you see how it's in a parentheses, close the parentheses, then divide by a log of 5. All right, we get this answer, and I'm going to quickly double check because I'm supposed to be able to take this exponent, and if I raise 5 to that 1.54 whatever, I'm supposed to get 12. So 5 raised to that number, look, it's 12. So that number was 1.54 if I round off to 2 decimal places, which I'm perfectly content with. All right, and there is my answer for 17. Pop out of there. All right, I think I'm going to do one more here. Sure can. Number 18, I am asking you to solve for x. X is right here. And so right now this equation says y equals. I want it to say x equals. Okay, so I am going to put y over 1, and I am going to ask you guys to cross multiply with me here. Now, it doesn't matter which cross you do first. If I do 1 times c plus w, that's just simply going to be c plus w. The other cross is x times y, or y times x. Order doesn't matter. If you're trying to solve for x, what you're looking at is right here. You need to get rid of this y. Well, that was x times y, so let's go ahead and divide both sides by y. And you can tell me that x is equal to c plus w. Oops, not over w, it's over y. And you have officially solved for x. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that video right here. This is the top part of page 2, which is questions 14 through 18. As always, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I'm going to make at least one more video for the last part of these problems. So come on back for that one if you need some more help.